And why wouldn't it be?
Oh, Game 6.
Yeah.
Framber.
Framber. Okay.
And we'll go to Brian in the next row ahead.
How crucial was it just to stay away from your high leverage guys yesterday? I guess that they had pitched a little bit, workload was building up, and I guess they'll be able to reset for today.
You asked that question yesterday, and came to fruition that we trying not to use them, but we're trying to win the ball game, and it helped a lot. It was big time the way that, excuse me, that Stanek threw the double play pitch, and then the fact that Hunter Brown was so good for those 3 innings. I mean, that really helped us out, and plus the additional runs that we added on.
About 5 rows back on your right, Dusty.
Hey, Dusty. I want to ask about Justin. Was his absence putting a real strain on your staff early in the year? And when he came back, did you feel a noticeable lift inside your clubhouse?
Well, it was definitely a noticeable lift because we knew him. You know, if he'd have been an outside player that we had to take chance to, time to learn, that would have been a different story. But we knew him. He knew us. The fans were excited. The town was excited. And plus, Framber was trying to be number 1 at that time, but you didn't know if he was ready or not. But you knew that Verlander was used to being a number 1 starter.
Same row a bit further to your right, Matt.
Obviously, players go through ups and downs, especially hitters throughout the season. What do you tell a guy like Kyle Tucker, who's been so good all year and hit a cold spell at the worst time?
Well, you're going to hit a cold spell. You just can't time it, and only thing you can do is get a good pitch to hit and try to hit it hard, and after that, it's out of your control. And you try to simplify things as quickly as possible and see and try to see how they're pitching you, because if they're pitching you, if they're getting you out, they're going to keep pitching you the same way. So main thing, just get a good pitch to hit and hit it hard.
Other questions for Dusty? Chandler again.
I understand why the lineup is like it is, but I'm just wondering, is Brantley healthy? Is he available?
Yeah, he's
to play
healthy.
and everything? You just like who's clicking right now better?
Well, not who's clicking as much as that. I mean, this guy's tough on lefties. And he's tough on lefties, throwing that sinker on the inside. And I talked to Michael about it, before you make it to the lineup. I mean, who would you choose to leave out of the lineup in the outfield? And Yordan's a DH. You can only play like 3 at a time. And I talked to Michael about it, and Michael says, all he wants to do is win. And then when we get to Evaldi, then Michael will be back in there.
5th row, middle right here.
And, Justin's performance is that of an ace. Is there anything he does for the rest of your pitchers or just people on the club that really provide an extra boost outside of his on-the-mound performance?
Well, I mean, probably more last year than this year because all his bullpens, guys would line up like cattle to go watch his pen and to see how he goes about his business to, prepare for a ball game because, the guys that were following him were all young guys. I mean, it's to their best interest to, to follow a guy, to find out how to get the quality, how to get the wins, and how to get to a very high salary. And, you'd see him line up Framber, Javier, Garcia at the time. They would all go watch his pens and watch him warm up and see how he goes about his preparation and business.
Other questions for Dusty? In the back, Matt.
Dusty, just to follow up on the lineup, just to have Dubon in the second spot the last 2 days, does that just sort of reflect the amount of confidence that he's built up over the course of the season?
Yeah, but I mean, he was the best that I thought was in that position, with contact, with a kind of a double leadoff man in case, the guy's hitting 500 and something. So in case Altuve doesn't get on, there's a good chance that that Dubon will get on in front of the big boys.
Go right up front with Jerome.
I didn't give it to him. He earned that, Yes.
I know there's a lot of pressure in these situations, but you've seen everything and been through it all. And can you describe the joy you get from this grind when you get to this point with the ups and downs of how much fun you're having this time of the year?
Well, I mean, you got to try to make it fun, even when you're not having fun. And the fact you look on the board is only, I scoreboard watch every day. And to see only 4 names, 4 teams on the board, and you're one of the 4. I mean, this is what you play for. This is what you put in all the hours of hard work for. I've been on teams that, run off from people. I've been on teams that had to do the way we're doing it, And as a player, the team that we won wasn't necessarily the best team that we had when I was on the Dodgers. But the team that won was the team that came back from 2-1 against the Astros. We came back 2-1 against the Montreal Expos, and we came back 2-0 against the Yankees. And but I've been on the other side where we were up 2-0 and 2-0 and end up losing. So. I don't know. It's just fun to win, man. I don't know. You just don't know what winning does for me.
I'll finish up right here, Dusty.
Buenas tardes, amigo.
Huh?
Buenas tardes, amigo. Being a big league manager sometimes requires to be a father figure, also to consult and to advise 40 adults that sometimes are in highs and in lows. You just mentioned that Framber Valdez will be your opening pitcher for Game 6, and he has just come from 2 not so victorious outings. How do you talk to such a passionate athlete like Framber is to keep on focus and for him to be confident to do his job on Game 6, which will be either a closing game or an elimination game? En español, por favor.
Él es como mi hijo, y yo te digo a él, habla con Dios y relájate y con mucha fuerza, pero necesita créelo mucho. Y piensa, pero no, how you say worry?
How do you say what again?
Worry.
Oh, que no se preocupe.
No se preocupe. Y solo naturalmente y hablo con Dios. Y yo no te diga a él posible mañana, y solo darle mucho amor y lo mismo que un hombre está en tu familia.
Dusty, thanks so much for your time. Appreciate it.
No more, okay?
Okay, hasta la Serie Mundial.
Sí.